Good morning, and here we are, Uncle Martin and I, Pilgrims Way 2.0. This time it's personal. Say a few words to camera, Uncle Mart.
A few words.
Okay, good job. So we've been dropped off and they're gone. The lift is gone. It really is down to us to make our way home. Well, to my house at least. Because to be honest, and she won't mind me saying this, my wife wasn't too impressed getting up at dark o'clock on a Saturday morning. So if I had to phone her up and say, can you come get us, I think it's fair to say
She'd probably stab you.
she would. She probably wouldn't stab me straight away. She'd probably wait till I was asleep and yeah. Ah, car, run back. Got a big truck coming. Big truck, big truck. Better run back. We could have, but no worries. That was a pretty big truck, wasn't it? Well, it was a van, really. I just freaked out a little bit.
Just a little bit.
So, just 5 days after my horrific dental surgery, which left me fighting for my life. Well, maybe not. It's been unpleasant though. And we're actually, I don't know if you can see the clouds. Yeah, oh, that's picked it up really nice. See that? We've actually ventured out into Storm Brian this morning. Rather ironically, Storm Brian. So we're not going to let that slow us down. I weighed my pack yesterday evening. Very basic weigh-in, and it certainly weighed no more than 10 kilos. Certainly weighed no more than 10 kilos, which is a good 20 kilos less than the first time round. So that's always good news. So the plan is keep walking, keep marching along, and we'll get to camp soon. It won't be long.
Yeah.
It won't be long at all.
Just getting there would be nice.
Yeah, it'd be nice. Get there, set up camp, get some lunch on. Quality. Nice brew. And
you know, we might make it the whole way there. I'm not convinced this bottle is going to.
You're going to bin it off?
I'm going to throw it. It's already annoying me.
Yeah.
It's got a bit of a swing on it.
Let's have a quick look. Now what we've done is we've got a cheap carabiner thing and looped it on. I don't know if there's any other way you could really do it.
Do with something to strap it down. Strap it down.
Strap it on.
Indeed.
You need to strap one on, Mark. So we're back at the random hut. Uncle Martin's gone to have a look at the random hut building structure thing. We're motoring along quite nicely. We're doing all right. Let's see how many miles in we are. 3.7 miles in. That's where we are. 3.7 miles into the hike. So by my reckoning, I think we've got about 6 miles to go. By my reckoning, to base camp. We're doing all right for time. Let's have a look. 10 to 9. 10 to 9. So this is the path we're going to be taking. That way, straight down there. And there's lots of trees. We've had some little rain showers. Nothing to cry about. Nothing to grizzle about too much. That's where we've just come from. the impenetrable man-made barrier of mixed materials. Trosley Country Park circular walks. So North Downs Way that way. So we're just we're walking along. We're having a good chinwag, having a good chat about different things, and all very manly and masculine, you know. We spoke about Uncle Martin's beard. I was going to try and grow a beard, but I got to that, of men and what I'm talking about, got to that horrible prickly stage, and I just shaved it all off. So this is just a few days of being lazy. Men will understand that. Women say, oh, you should shave every day. Yeah, right, dream on. I wonder if Uncle Martin's actually got lost in the random hut. The random hut of doom. Let's have a look. Actually, I better check he's not taking a leak. Mark!
Yeah, I'm on the phone, mate.
Oh, you're not taking a Jimmy Riddle or nothing?
No.
Oh, he's on the phone. He's on the phone. He's on the telephone. So, we're getting along. We're getting along. It's been a good walk so far. It's been a good walk just along this trail now. We've not really stopped. We've just been plodding along. With this lighter pack, which weighs no more than sort of 9 or 10 kilos, it's definitely been a lot easier this time around. A lot easier. So the pack's sitting right, because I changed packs. I had the big black pack last time, which hung down quite low on my back, and this pack sits rather nice. So, and it's not overloaded with tons and tons of kit, so it's all good. So I talked about having a Jimmy Riddle. I might have to just give Martin a warning, go beyond the random hut of doom, and have a waz. I think that's what I'll do. So I'll bring you back a bit later. So here we are. We've had a bit of a break, bit of a readjust on our kit, and tucked our shirts back in, and generally got, you know, set up again. Bit of a rest as well, because that hill was that we've just walked up a hill, and it was don't listen to him. Don't look at him. I'll pan to the countryside. It was an absolute killer. It was an absolute killer. It was a long, drawn out uphill stretch, and it really was brutal. But we're having a bit of a sit down. Martin's setting up his GoPro. I've done some tweeting. I've emailed the Weekend Wanderer. That's about it really. I'm just waiting for Martin now. I'm raring to go. I didn't even want to stop and sit down. I'm so full of crap, my eyes have gone brown. But yeah, so we're gonna move off in a minute. What time is it, Mark? It's
it is 5 to 10.
5 to 10, so just coming up to the 3-hour mark, isn't it?
Yeah, 09:55 for you Americans.
When?
09:55.
Oh, 09:55, yeah. Wow. 5 to 10. So let's observe, see what Martin's doing. He's going to take some pictures with his GoPro. We're come into this little pull-out bit. Yeah, so this storm hasn't come to us yet. It's windy. It has rained a few times, but nothing to sort of cry about. Martin's making a selfie stick because he forgot one. He didn't ask if I had one, which I have.
Which one to touch to my GoPro?
Oh, has it got to be a special kind, is it?
Yeah.
Because that's what you want, you see. You want to buy things that only attach to their own products. You can't just bodge it on anything else. Look at him, he's going all Huck Finn. He's proper going for it today. He's really going for it. Wild man of the jungle, this fella. He's really going for it today.
You're going to record this whole thing.
I'm going to record the whole thing. This
Even
is
me chopping my thumb off.
yeah, even you chopping your thumb off again. You should have got greenwood for that, Mark.
I want it dead fall. I don't want to cut anything down.
Oh, very Buddhist. I like it. Ah, see. There you go. Yes, I like it.
This is a Worth multi-tool.
Worth?
Yeah. Comes with its own little carrier bag. Quite sharp, does the job.
Where did you buy that from, Uncle Martin?
I actually bought this from Tool Trader Direct.
Tool Trader Direct?
Yeah. The fact that I worked there at the time, I got it very, very cheap.
Good, good stuff. Got to get those bargains, Mark. Got to get the bargains.
Indeed, yeah.
That's what it's about. Got to look for the bargains. Got to be thrifty, you see. When you live in a country like we do, where everything is taxed, and you have a tax just because, the just because tax, also known as VAT, the just because tax. What we're going for it. Wild man. He's even got Wild Man of the Jungle beard going on as well. You can see that beard. I was going to grab beard, but I was too girly. And I shaved it off early. How's he doing here? Let's have a look. Let's keep watching. How you doing alright there, Mark? He's quite creative, you know. Quite a creative type, our Uncle Martin. Well, he's not my Uncle Martin. People get really confused and say, oh, my brother-in-law, Uncle Martin.
It's a Brianism.
Well, what it is, it's like a respect thing. It's like a respect thing, you see. We've also got an Uncle Dave that isn't our uncle at all.
Occasionally we have an Uncle Dave.
Yeah,
not that much.
Yeah, we don't see very much of Uncle Dave anymore.
Selfie stick.
One selfie stick.
Just to get a bit of detail here, this is my GoPro.
And what model GoPro is it?
This is actually the original Hero. I've had this for quite a few years now. Did the London to Paris with it, done the London to Brighton with it. It's come off the bike when I've come off the bike and survived everything. I even dropped it in water, not accidental, that one was deliberate, just to test it, and works fine.
Just to test it.
And,
I like that.
And I also have a bike attachment, which is what I've used today. I've used the bike attachment to attach it to this bit of deadfall, and I now have a selfie stick which I can adjust, and if I really want to I can turn it around the other way and have the handle that way and get all the range that I need. And that'll do me for the rest of the trip now. I'll be able to do my recording and even turn it around the other way.
Yeah. And
that'll do me, yeah. So, nice bit of kit.
But does the GoPro, the original Hero, does it still work? Does it still record things?
Still works. I mean, this thing, I have battered it, as you can see, and yeah, it still works as good as the day that I bought it.
So, how do you think they could have improved? If that's already a good piece of equipment, how could GoPro have improved?
Well, what they've done on the newer versions is they've got like little apps. Some of them have screens on the back, but they break. So what they've done is they actually get a wireless one now where you can watch what you're recording on your mobile phone.
Yeah.
I mean, this one is purely the action camera, so you're guessing what you're recording. So just to turn it around that way, you can just literally pop it around on its little axis there, and then pop the bolt back in, he says, and tighten it back up, and there you go. I can now. So
whatever you record is pot luck.
Yeah. I mean, you can pretty much guess where you're recording. It's not.
It's point and shoot.
It is point and shoot. You can't see what you're doing on this particular version.
Is there an add-on screen you can buy to clip onto it?
Not. I think actually there is. You can use the mini. Just to point this out, this is a mini USB port, not a micro USB port. Right. And I think you can get a bolt-on screen for that, but then that exposes the back, meaning it's no longer waterproof. But there is actually a case that you, which I also have, which has a section cut out in the back for that. You can add additional battery packs to it as well. But I like to just keep it standard so that I know in any eventuality my camera's protected. And if I do decide to stick it in a bucket of water again,
but it won't record sound in there, will it?
Yes, it does. It records sound through the casing.
Does it really?
Yeah, very well as well. Wind mic on it's pretty good. I've been talking on this whilst cycling, and you hear a little bit of noise, but not too much.
Grand.
So yeah, highly recommend a GoPro.
Right there, well there you heard it. Uncle Martin says, get yourself a GoPro.
We'll turn it back around the other way now.
Got to turn it back around the other way. Now that was just for the demonstration. That was just for the point of demonstration. So buy yourself a GoPro. Uncle Martin recommends it. So here we are. We've covered a good 8 miles. Nearly at camp. Look at this, look. More cars than we've seen all day. Get a bit closer, mate, wouldn't ya? So, yeah, we've covered 8 miles. We're making our way to camp, where we've got all kinds of luxuries awaiting us, especially cold water. So, we're just, we've made good time, haven't we, Mark?
Yeah.
We've made good time.
Set
Set
a good pace.
a good pace. Feet are starting to ache. We are starting to feel it a bit now, but less to do than's already done.
Uncle Brian, how do you cook your super noodles?
Well, I'll leave mine just simmering in their juice as long as possible, and the very last thing I ever do is put the seasoning in. So wait for it to cook, then put the seasoning in and mix it all in.
So once again, you cook them wrong.
No, I cook them the right way, mate. That's how you're supposed to do it, that is. That's precisely the right way.
So back to the noodles, which are looking good. So, just to clarify here, I started recording on my phone and borrowing Uncle Brian's camera about 4 miles into this journey, and I haven't really explained what it's all about. So I'm going to use this time in the woods to sort of talk to you. So Uncle Brian and I have been, well, we were discussing this earlier, we've been on a few adventures together. We decided to go for a 30-mile bike ride when we hit the tail end of a hurricane, and ended up carrying our bikes over breakwaters on the beach in Whitstable Bay, rather than cycling the road, because that was what sensible people do, and we thought it'd be a good idea to go down the beach in the middle of a hurricane, or the tail end of a hurricane. So we did that a few years back, and we've done some epic things since, lots of cycles and stuff like that. But Uncle Brian's been coming out here for a little while doing wild camping, and I've wanted to join him for for a long time, and this has been my first sort of opportunity where I can do that. So essentially I've tagged along with his epic hike. So we've actually carried all our stuff here today obviously in our backpacks, and we've done basically just shy of 9.5 miles to walk here, which in any means isn't a huge distance. You can walk further than that. I've done it more than on one occasion, but carrying the pack makes a big difference, as we discovered today. So we were a bit achy and stuff when we got here, but it's been fantastic. I've had the best day I've had in a long time, most enjoyable, and yeah, I'm just looking forward to eating these noodles, which are cooking at the moment, and chilling out by the fire with my good friend Uncle Brian.
So here we are. We're still at camp. We've had some lunch. Martin's just putting his shoes back on. Got a fire going, lovely fire, and we're just chilling out. My ridgeline tarp isn't as good as I would have hoped. Bit disappointed with it, but as long as it keeps the rain off, that's all that matters. So I'm going to look at trying to improve my seating situation in a minute. So
we are struggling with that.
Yeah, can't get comfortable, can we?
No.
So we just have to see what we can do. Good morning, here we are. It's the morning after the night before, and Uncle Martin's going through the long, laborious process of taking down his tent. There it is. He said it was a good tent. There was no moisture or condensation inside. Some people pay extra for a bit of moisture. I'm not sure if Uncle Martin's one of those people, but he might be.
We'll have a bit of moist.
Not judging him if he is, you know. If you'd like help folding that up, Uncle Martin, let me know.
Yeah, totally.
No, do you or not? Do.
Look, just because you're on camera, don't pretend that you're helpful.
There's a campfire this morning. It's burning well, actually. It's burning well. I was up at the crack of dawn, so I said goodbye to her and then got over here and started playing with the fire. I haven't been looking at the mantle while I've been poking that fire, so it's alright. So, yes. It's been a good fire, isn't it, Mark? Yeah, it has, yeah.
It's a good fire.
Yeah, I know. So, my little spot over there is in a various, it looks disgusting, but I know where it's at. I've got to ask Uncle Martin to help me roll my sleeping bag up in a minute and fold my tarp and then roll it up. Hopefully he'd be a decent sort and say, yeah, go on, no worries. Hopefully. So we've had a cup of coffee. We're going to have some brekkie in a minute. We're going to have sausage sandwich to keep us going. And what I did was, I've got somebody to go into Mackie D's and buy me some ketchup. Because of the smokes in my eyes. Because last time when I tried to make a sausage sandwich out here, I didn't have any ketchup and it was all a bit dry. And you don't want it if it's too dry, do you, Mark?
No.
You need a bit of moisture in there.
A bit of moist.
It's got to be a bit, you know, if you're munching it, it's got to be moist. It's as simple as that. So, yeah, it's been a good camp. It was a good hike yesterday. You know, last couple of miles were a bit laborious, but it is what it is, isn't it? Yes. So we're going to make sure we take all our rubbish out with us. We haven't actually got much. What we're going to do is we're going to walk on our way home. There's bottle banks, so we'll dispose of the glassware there in the bottle banks, and being the responsible, eco-friendly types that we are, so we recycle the glass, and anything we can't recycle I shall take home and bin off properly in a responsible fashion. So that's that.
I thought you said we were just going to bury it here, we never took it.
Yeah, just bury the rubbish here, dig a big hole and bury it. Mankind's been doing that for 50 years, isn't it? So, yes. Yes, I'm going to go and laugh at Martin in a minute, trying to fold this down. I mean, help Martin if he needs it. And that's it, that's our status for this morning so far. Going to have some brekkie in a minute. And just start thinking about breaking it all down and making our way home. Well, here we are, me and Uncle Martin making our way back the next day.
Are you stopping? You look like you were stopping.
No, it's just I don't know. So we're making our way back, we broke camp, got everything put away. I didn't show you all that because it's far too tedious. But it's been a good camp.
Yes, very good.
Yes, been a very good camp. Next time I must remember to stash more water as a thing. Miscalculation with the water, but you live and learn from these things. You live and learn. So I'm just gonna make our way back and see where we end up. Anything to add?
Thank you, good evening and good night.
There you go.